Test mic, test mic. All right, that's my good morning, everyone. It's January 28, 2025, 9:40 in the morning, and we're trying to see what the market is gonna give us today. So SPY had a pullback yesterday, so opened at 594 and then closed at 599, and then today it closed at. Let me just make sure everything is connected here. So SPY had. Okay. So, all right. So SPY opened today at 600, and then from 600, we got a rejection. So that's a big gap down from yesterday, and today is still showing signs of weakness. All right. So pre-market low here is being touched. Pre-market high 602. Nvidia had a good pullback as well yesterday. Pre-market low with a pre-market high 125. RGTI not looking good at the daily. Apple still very strong, just like yesterday. Pre-market low with a pre-market high of 231. Apple created an opening range breakout. Amazon is an inside bar looking at the daily. Pre-market low with a pre-market high of 235. BA here at the VWAP, big move at the pre-market. And JG, let's look at the daily, not too good at the daily. Gapping down. All right, so Nvidia is now at the VWAP. Yesterday it was just so weak, but right now it's testing that level. So let's see if we're able to catch a bounce up in Nvidia here. There's still a lot of orders sitting at 116 right here. That's 117. So it's still not showing some signs of reversal here. 117. This is now heading to 116.50. Apple is just so strong. So yeah, there's still no signs of reversal here, so we'll wait for that reversal signal in Nvidia. In the meantime, let's look at what AMD is doing as well. Pre-market low with pre-market high at 117. All right, so Nvidia here, let's look at the order flow here. Already lost yesterday's low below the VWAP. They're still pushing this one down to 116.70. So looking at the tape here, 116.74, 80s, a little bit of a bounce. Wow, Nvidia short selling restriction. Can't believe this big of a company. Just save this. Save up. All right. Now we have some order flow going on the other side. All right, entering long here, Nvidia. Small position to the long. Added to my long position in Nvidia. So still long Nvidia here. So Nvidia still small position to the long. Let's look at the 5 minutes. So yesterday's low was respected. We have to be very careful with this one because the overall market is still weak. We are encountering a very strong resistance there. There is some bid here, so that's very bearish. Stop loss here is the low of the day. Alright, SPY is testing, creating a new low, 117.75. Now a lot of volume bar there, 117.70. So there's a big order here, 117. There you go. SPY creating a new low of the day. Added to my long position. Trying to see if we're able to scalp anything in options as well. Alright, SPY encountering a support. Added to that, call. So 5 minutes. So what happened with the daily is it encountered that VWAP, and that VWAP served as a very strong support. But now we're encountering a very strong resistance, which is the low of this candlestick, or low of yesterday. So if SPY encountered a support as well, that can help this long trade. Now a lot of volume bar there. Expect some consolidation to happen here. Alright, stop loss 116. Big resistance at 118. A lot of volume bar here. Expect consolidation. Big order 117.50, 47. Big resistance right there. let's see what's SPY curling back up. So since the volume bar is not there, expect some consolidation. SPY is helping this trade as well, having a little bit of a bounce. All right, we're trying to get up that resistance from yesterday, the low of yesterday. All right, perfect. Okay, taking some partial here. All right, partialing. This is the option. So now the resistance from yesterday's low, this one, turned into a support. Now it's a floor and we're just trying to get past through this VWAP. All right, SPY, decision here for SPY. Look at this big wick at SPY. $118.62. So looking at the tape here, 60s, 50s, getting ready. Now I have a tighter stop loss. 117.97 is 117.97 is my entry here, which is getting very close. So 84, 95, 95 here, 97. So that's my entry. Just hanging around my entry here. SPY having a bounce as well. Right. 117. '80s, '90s. So looking at the tape, 118 acting as a strong support here. Just keeps bouncing up of 118. 118.10. We're back in 119. So it's not getting that momentum above 118. We're now getting prints of 118.20. Look at that order flow. It's just amazing. So now we're at 118.30. There you go. Perfect. 40. We're back to that very strong resistance from yesterday. This one where we found that rejection earlier. 118.63. 30. Okay. SPY is bouncing. Finally, SPY found the support. That's a big order right there. 118.34. 47. All right. 50s. So now we're back in that resistance, 118.30. There's no imbalance still yet. Bid and ask, not a lot of volume bar here. We have to take that into consideration. SPY is encountering a resistance at 598. We're now 118.50s. 60s, perfect. Next resistance here, 118.88. All right, 118.50. Trying to get, all right, printing 118.60s. Retesting the high of this candlestick, 118.67. 70, okay, 118.88. Wow, look at this big order flow right here. Big order at 119, so they're pushing this one to 119. All right, took some partial again. Wow. All right, created. Perfect. Took some partial again. All right, now time to protect our profit and move that stop loss behind it. All right. Option trade looking good as well. We just opened a very small position in options, counter that support. Took some partial there. Okay, let's put our stop loss. So this is our options trade going above our break even, and Nvidia here is looking good. So now the daily, we bounce off of that support. Just trailing my stop loss here. All right, trailing our stop loss. All right, next, Apple encountering some resistance here. That doji, that one was touched a couple of days ago. What time is it? 9:58. Too early for reversal. The only reason why we took Nvidia for a reversal early is the 2-day play, where it's a huge gap down, and then from yesterday it touched that support. Of course, that's only a zone. It went lower than the VWAP. Wow. So now, yeah, just trailing our stop loss here. So very nice. Now we have to consider, look at the volume bar here. Volume bar is dying when we're pushing up, so it's losing steam for this one to push higher. That's why we're aggressive in trailing our stop loss behind that move. So with that, we have to trail our stop loss as well in our options trade. Okay, what else is moving? Apple encountered the doji. Only thing though is, yeah, it still looks strong. All right, Nvidia stop us out. Oof, stop us out, and still moving higher. And then our options trade, oof, stop us out before doing the move. So we only traded Nvidia to the long, small position options, as well as wow, look at this one. It stopped us out, but still is moving. So Nvidia, our initial position 117.62, and we were able to catch it all the way to 119.24. So almost $2 moved there, but still moving. But we were able to capture that bounce, and we did also some options trade, which is a very small. Look at this one, it's still so strong. All right, what is AMD doing? AMD hasn't bounced yet, so this is a good stock to trade for a reversal as well. Let's see, are we having any support in that level? support there, 112/74. So what I'm waiting for is 112 to retest this support, 112.83 for AMD. BA is strong as well. BA strong, starting to have this 9 EMA trade or 9 EMA play. You have a VWAP there, 181. Yeah, this one can be a good bounce up. So let's open a small position here. All right, opening a small position to the long on BA. So we have that support at 181. Stop loss here is at 180.74. There's a big order at 183. Trying to get a better entry here. Waiting for a little bit of a pullback for my entry. All right, added to my long position in BA. And let's see, we are at 182.60. I don't like the options trade here. A huge 182.50. Yeah. The next one is 185, which is out of the money. That's a huge risk, 185 all the way up here. So yeah, I don't like this is the reason why I did not want to short Apple, because it looks like it was just a bull flag pattern, a very strong, but not a reversal yet, because it was just 9:55, too early for a reversal. So with let's see, wow, Amazon is strong. With Nvidia, all right, it's still an inside bar. Amazon, wow, Amazon all-time high. Look at how, okay, BA here, look at this thing. All right, taking some partial in VA. That was a quick move there. So 184, that was a big push there. I was still looking for some opportunity to trade, and it already moved. So that one was 182.26, 183.57. So more than $1 move with 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. All right, next one. AMD here created that support. Did not get to test the support. We were waiting for that. Wow, but BA. So BA was a good and perfect example of a 9 EMA. Very strong, you have a gap up. Then, wow, you want to enter at the pullback, which we did. Took some partial again. And at this time, let's just trail our stop loss. So stop loss is behind that move. If it stopped us out, wow, no wonder we had that pushed. SPY just had a big push. We're now green at SPY. All right, next one. That's an amazing move. JG is a float of 4.2 million. You don't want to be involved with that. BLTR testing the high of yesterday. So what I'm waiting for Apple is signs of weakness. Right now, there's no weakness yet. Next resistance here is 237. And our BA trade here looks like it's about to test the high of the day, 185. So Nvidia here, interesting enough, losing the momentum for this to push higher. 120. Look at the imbalance here now. There are a lot of orders at the bid. BA here, testing the high of the day, which is 185.18. So we have a couple more shares left. Wow, 180. Took some partial. Trailing my stop loss behind that. That's a very strong resistance. That's the high of the day. Alright, so that BA was a surprise trade. We just saw the 9 EMA setup. Daily is at the VWAP, and we were able to time that very nicely. So BA, we still have a couple more shares left there. AMD, I did not like that AMD did not retest the low of this level. And yeah, it's just lots of consolidation. BA looks strong. It's gonna create a new high of the day. Alright, SPY having a little bit of a pullback here. Nvidia, we were calling this one out that it looks weak already at that 120, and sure enough it is. Alright, BLTR, it's now at that level from yesterday, up by 1.8%. Just trailing our stop loss. Amazon, it's hard to do a reversal on Amazon because this is all-time high. So when that's the case, you just let it do what it wants to do. Wow, Nvidia here, just a higher, oh wow, look at this one, 119. So yeah, we only traded 2 stocks today, Nvidia and BA, both long. Wow, look at the volume bar here. So BA is about to create a new high of the day. So the resistance here, 185.18. Let's look at the tape here. 184, 87, 85. What else? Sound. Yeah, AMD is still just consolidating. Anything else moving? This is about to create. Wow, there you go. 185. On the resistance. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. We only have a couple of shares left, so doesn't really matter. So it did take another partial there after we created a new high of the day, and I am just moving my stop loss behind that move. So yeah, quick trade in BA. What is Tesla doing today? Tesla inside bar, yeah, just some choppiness. So this is the reason why you don't want to short a strong stock as well as an early one, because it's just 10-11. And look at this one, just have that pull back and then another one up. Look at this BA. All right, took some partial and trailing our stop loss. So BA gave us that perfect 9 EMA trade. You have, yeah, I like this one. So BA opened a nice gap up. So open at 180.81, and then at one point touch 180.64. It's at the VWAP at the daily. And then what caught our attention here is the 5 minutes. So you have a big gap up all the way to 185, then you have a pullback. It touched the 9 EMA. That's a good entry to go, because you have your entry at 182 and stop loss is that 180.66. Now given that that's a little bit of a bigger stop loss, but you can lower down your share size to mitigate the risk. 186. Wow. What else is moving? Apple is strong. What else is moving? Trying to, oh my gosh, BA is so strong. We only have a small share size in BA. All right, took some partial. Wow. Trail our stop loss. Wow, it's amazing. AMD finally moved. All right, time to move that stop loss. Look at this volume bar right here. Let's see what Tesla's do. We're about to get stop out. Yep, all right, stop out there. but we were able to ride BA from 182.25 to 186.63. So 182.25, 186.60, $4 move there with BA. All right, so not bad. Next one. Okay, what Nvidia's doing now is volume bar is dying when it's pushing up. Nvidia looks weak. The only thing is we do have a level here at 121.78 and 122. So I'll only be interested in Nvidia once it touched that level, that 121.78 and 122. I will look for some rejection at that level. But right now, this is not a place to trade Nvidia. You are in between your high of the day, low of the day. So you can just get chopped in between that. So no setup in Nvidia. What else? Yeah, I don't see anything, any easy trade at the moment. Let's see, Amazon all-time high. You don't want to be in front of that very strong trade. Okay, let's look at each one. Rivian is down by 1.6. In between, Nvidia is in between. RGTI, I don't like the daily on RGTI. Apple is the one that's strong. All right, interesting with Apple. What's the next resistance here? 237, so it still has some room to go to 237. BA now, look at this one. We were able to time that high, 186.59, and then all out at 186.22, and then now having that pullback. How much pullback this one can do? Is it safe to do a reversal now? This can also just be a bull flag pattern where you get a little bit of a pullback and then ready for a next leg up. So I wouldn't be touching this one for a reversal. 1019, still too early for a reversal. Okay, GG is a low float, which is 4.2 million. Looks like they halted. Yeah, you don't want to touch this kind of stock. Look at this one. So it just moved from 15 all the way to 10. And with a float of 4.2 million. Sound. All right, so I think that's it for us. Yeah, so let's just do a recap. All right. So, all right, well, good morning, everyone. It's January 28th, 2025. All right, so I think that's it for us. It's less than an hour since we started trading, and 10:20 in the morning. Let's see, the next Tuesday that we're going to be doing is February. So this is our last trading Tuesday then of the month. Then we'll do it again next Tuesday, which is February. So we traded two stocks today, Nvidia and BA. So what I saw with Nvidia, we have a couple of stocks that we were watching. The same one, which is Rivian. We always like watching Rivian. Nvidia, we were watching RGTI, but I was looking at the daily. Daily for RGTI is not good. That's why I did not even bother putting in my levels for the pre-market. Nothing to see there. Apple was so strong, pre-market high 231. Second day play, we missed our opportunity to trade Apple. The setup that formed here in Apple is, let me get my pen. So the setup that formed in Apple is the not the 9 EMA, opening range breakout. So you have your pre-market high, pre-market low at the open. Look at how strong that is. So you could have had a strong, position right here, 231. Stop loss is just below that VWAP or moving average. And yeah, that could have been a good move, but our computer was still off at 9:30. I think we turned it on by 9:35 or something. So did not get to see Apple for an opening range breakout. Next one is Amazon. Amazon is all-time high. So all-time high also created an opening range breakout. You have your pre-market high, pre-market low, and all the way shooting up that pre-market high. So that's Amazon. So we did not get to see that as well. JG is a low float stock. Look at this one. You don't want to be involved with that. Yesterday it moved from 21 and 11. That can wipe out your account if you are in the wrong position. Sound is in the short selling restriction. It is a float of 325 million, so not a low float stock. We place our levels, pre-market high and a pre-market low here, but it did not give us the setup. So with this setup, what we're looking for is a short because it's a gap down, and gap down is already screaming at us that is weak, but it did not give us the setup. So going back and forth, Nvidia, and we were looking at SPY as well. SPY yesterday had a big pullback, opened at 594 and closed at 599. So what Nvidia was doing yesterday was also a huge gap down, and then from there just a very small fraction of a bounce, and that one just bounced from the VWAP to 118. So closing price here is at 118 yesterday. So by the time we turn on our computer, it's 9:35, and we did not see this 9:30 candlestick. But what I saw with Nvidia, and that's very interesting, is I placed my level pre-market high, pre-market low. I'm even off of my levels here with my pre-market low. So pre-market low 120.68. But looking at the daily has a very interesting level there. We're talking about the support. So yesterday, the low of this candlestick went to around 116.80, this one. And then we have a VWAP there. So I was waiting for Nvidia on what it'll do at that very strong support. You have the VWAP there. It was touched by yesterday's low. Also, that is a very strong support given that Nvidia had moved from 141 all the way to 125 at the open yesterday. So that's a huge move for Nvidia. So thought process here is, what will Nvidia do at that very strong support VWAP at the daily? And sure enough, so that VWAP is 116.78. So we place that level there, 116.78. And let's see. So remember that level is just a zone. So a zone, it doesn't have to be right at the penny, but it did touch that zone. So that level right there is this. When I saw that Nvidia is encountering a very strong support, that's the time that I went long on Nvidia. So we have this support at the VWAP, which is this zone right here. And at the sign of reversal, we rode NVIDIA to the upside. So I keep going back and forth the 5 minutes as well as the 1 minute candlestick because I am looking at my volume bar. So you have that zone there. I need some confirmation that we are in fact having a bounce up. So first green candlestick here, entered to the long. Now I am using a 1 minute candlestick for my entry just so I can have an earlier entry, but it is backed up by the thesis here that we have in the daily. So although my entry is at the 1 minute, a lower time frame, thesis came from the higher time frame, which is the daily. You have a strong VWAP, strong support, a move of more than $15 to the downside yesterday, and what would NVIDIA do at this very strong support? So sure enough, when we get to time NVIDIA, you have the first green candlestick here, or in my chart it's white, and then entered right there, added to my position. So you don't want to enter a trade like a big position first. What you want to do is first you have a thesis. If that thesis is validated by the move, then you try to scale up. So entered at 117.59, added to my position at 117.80, and then when I saw that, look at the moving average, it is heading above the moving average, so I added there again at 118.34. How does it look like at the 5 minutes? The 5 minutes, it is looking strong as well, so that's what we wanted to see, which is an harmonious chart. Wow, this is now encountering a very strong resistance. I was saying earlier that I will be interested in seeing what NVIDIA will do at 122. Just imagine that all the algorithms, computers, programmers, they're programmed to reach those support and resistance. When I get to realize that, a programmer need to put in a code of where this algorithmic structures or movements will do, what they will do, programmers will need to set up the levels, right? So when you get to realize that all of this is just algorithmic trades as well, with of course retail traders trying to ride it, it is really a game changer. So right now it prevents you from chasing a stock, because if the programmer can put in, like that if then statement. My background before is into computer science, so I know those syntax of if then statement. If this high is reached, then do this. So that's why it prevents you from chasing the stock. So we called this one out earlier when it was still moving at this level, that I'll be interested in seeing what it'll do at 122, and sure enough, look at where it's at now while we're doing the recap. So anyway, it's just another side note for you to prevent from chasing a stock. All right, let's just put the level there. So going back to the building up the position, it doesn't look like this is the level, a logical level, but we switch back to the 1 minute, which we just showed you earlier. There is a confirmation there because there is this big candlestick that is green, and that's the reason why I was starting to scale up my position. I added to my position there because it's about to break that moving average. And also if you look at the 5 minutes, it created and passed through the high of the body of this candlestick. So a little bit late on the entry, but still concept is the same. Went and added to that position when we went and have that confirmation that we are definitely going above the previous high of this candlestick. So I added to that position, build up the position, and that's the time that we're starting to um, cover some position. We did not get to ride Nvidia all the way up, but that move in itself, with a move of 117.64, partial at 118.75, that's a dollar move, and then 119.16, so 67, 16, so almost $1.50, $1.40. And with that buildup of position, yeah, Nvidia gave us a 2300 there, and we're trying to get into options trading as well. So I've been trying to do very small position share size, which is for this one, contracts of five contracts with Nvidia, and so that's what I did here. So Nvidia 5 contracts was able to profit 250 with that Nvidia call trade. So let's put that in NVDA, and I just wanted to show you how it looks like on the that options. So that's F1B119. So what I did was I have some when 5 contracts of call. So look at how nicely it moved as well. So how you do options is you base the move from the stocks, and you just, for me, I did a long at 119, because at that time when I entered, Nvidia was still at 118.56. So the next move up, which is going to be still out of the money, but very close in being the out of the at the money, and 5 contracts added to that position, and we were able to ride that up. So the difference between your options as well as the stocks is, look at this one, 349. So I was able to bought this contract at 349, and with the ad I got 359 ad, and was selling at 386, 380. So 352, 386. So like less than 25 cents move, but you know, it's not, it's very capital efficient, and that's why I like diving into options now. So it gave us 250. So that is the Nvidia trade. Next one is, wow, next one is BA. Let's look at what BA is doing. So look at this one. So I was saying also, this is not a stock to do a reversal on. It was so strong, and what caught our attention with BA is, of course, it hit our scanner as a very strong stock, and the levels that we put is pre-market low 172. Let me get my pen. Pre-market low 172, pre-market high 184, and a very A plus setup here. You can clearly see as well here, we had that huge gap up at the daily, huge gap up at the 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes move, it's already screaming at us that I'm very strong, you should be long. So it gave us a 9 EMA setup where you have a huge gap up, and then you don't want to chase the stock. So the 9 EMA is, once the stock open very strong, you have a gap up of at least 3% at the open. You don't want to chase the stock, but you want to ride it once it has that pullback, and that pullback is at 9 EMA. So at 9 exponential moving average, it had that pullback 180.74. So this is the one that caught our attention. It touched that 9 EMA twice without losing that support. Very strong. A plus setup. looking at a smaller time frame. So just trying to enter a trade. And look at this one. Look at the almost a hammer right here. Volume bar starting to pick up. Started a small position and then added to that position when we have the confirmation because it went higher than the previous candlestick. So enter the position, added to that position, and we're just trying to scale and trying to take some partial. So that's how it looks like on the smaller time frame. At the 5 minutes, this is how it looks like. So 5 minutes is hard to see where the entry and the adding is, but you have the 9 EMA, so we already have a stop loss in mind that's going to be below that moving average, below the 9 EMA, which is around 180.64. Started a small position. Now we are about to break previous candlestick high, so we added there and we just tried to partial. So look at the partial right here. This one was actually a quick trade. I was still browsing and looking at some other stocks that it can give us some opportunity, but I was looking at my position and it's already up by a couple of bucks. So we took advantage of that. But look at the volume bar here. Volume bar is picking up momentum. So initial entry 182.22, partial at 183.78. So that's around $1.50. Partialing, and the highest partial that we have here is 186.60. So 182 all the way to 186.60. So that's more than a $4 move. $4.20 move, and yeah, it gives us a nice profit there of 1800. So with that, we are ending our day with a 4500. That's less than 1 hour trade, and I hope you guys had a green trading day. And again, you don't have to complicate trading. Wow, nice pullback here now. What is the resistance? So it encountered resistance here, 188. And yeah, having a pullback now. Now it's hard to do a reversal here because it already have that move. Plus there's not a lot of volume bar yet. Let's look at the 1 minute. 1 minute, not a lot of volume bar yet compared to this. So it can just bounce, and it can just be a small pullback just because those who were long could have been taking some profits there as well. With the volume bar, it doesn't look like it's the short sellers that's coming in. It looks like just some partial or profit takers. All right, Nvidia here. Look at what Nvidia is doing. So we still have this level right here. Yeah, it is still gonna be trying to touch that level. So that's what we're waiting for Nvidia to do. Alright, so while we're waiting for this one, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to, any stocks that you guys would like to check, we can, check that one out. And for those of you guys who's asking on where to begin on how to day trade for a living, please feel free to check our website out. It's called ecourseunlock.com, and we already ventured out into real estate, which is want to diversify our portfolio. We use the day trading as an income generator and diversify it so we can make money while we sleep. So if you click on that day trading there, you'll see our syllabus. So for our syllabus, we add to the content daily, so learning never stops. But we have our services there and our chapters until 11. We have our recap there, so feel free to check that one as well, just so you see what strategies we use, and we make it simple, rinse and repeat. You can even download this free 20-page PDF of one of our top trading strategy. So please check that one out. And with that, I hope you guys had a great trading day, and thank you so much for watching. Let's see if there's any other opportunities that the market is gonna give us. Let's look at the 1 minute. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Nvidia to touch this level, 122.14. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and we'll do this again next week, which is first Tuesday of February. We are live every Tuesday at around 9:30, 9:35. And yeah, hope you guys had a green trading day. Thank you and have a good one. Bye for now. We are live